I just love that song that we just sang, Lean on Me, because that's really about what spiritual community is all about, right? We be able to hold that Christ, that we hold our perfection in each other's hands, right? Sometimes I can't see the light in me, but you can. And sometimes I can see the light in you and you can't. And together we shine the light for each other. And that's what being in spiritual community is all about. So we're in this love together. I almost did that too. So today's talk is about celebrating community. We are all part of this cosmic soup called life on planet Earth. Or like that song that we sang previously about part of that weaving together, that tapestry. That we all have something unique to contribute, and at the same time inside, we're very much the same. We need each other to complement each other, and come together in oneness. So why talk about this today, right? I've always felt that there's something to that quote from Matthew 18:20, where Jesus is quoted as saying that wherever two or more are gathered, mighty in the midst he would be. See, there's an energy that is co-created when we enter the energy of beholding, that we are made more in the reflection of one another. There's an African philosophy which is called Ubuntu, which simply means I am because we are. I am because we are. See, we all matter, both individually and collectively. Who we are being affects the whole. So it's important for us to do our own inner work because it creates that cosmic soup that we live in. We create the whole. We create community. Brene Brown, if you've not heard of her, storyteller, researcher, TEDx talk giver, best-selling author. In her book, Atlas of the Heart, she states, connection is the energy that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, when they can give and receive without judgment, and when they can derive sustenance and strength from the relationship. I know that you guys do a great job here of seeing one another, of beholding the Christ in each other. She also states that love and belonging are irreducible needs for all people. In the absence of these experiences, there is always suffering. So we all long to belong. We all long to belong. I think it's more important than ever, because some of us are hurting, and so many of our brothers and sisters are hurting right now. Our country is hurting, our planet is hurting. And it's more important than ever that we remember our oneness. Not to just remember it, but to make choices and take actions based on that awareness, that we belong to one another, that we can't do anything that doesn't affect the whole. Karen Drucker and Michael Gott co-wrote a song which is called All Angels. And there's a verse from that song that says, we are all angels who only have one wing. We are all angels searching for each other. We are all angels who cannot reach the sky because we need each other to fly. We are all in this together. And I know that I'm preaching to the choir here because I see how you support one another and how you love one another and how you celebrate one another. Brene Brown says that belonging is a practice that requires us to be vulnerable, to get uncomfortable and learn to be present with people without sacrificing who we are. Because we feel belonging only if we have the courage to share our most authentic selves with people, Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our own self-acceptance. Just like we always taught to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And that includes that we need to love ourselves. What is Jesus' greatest commandment? Anyone? Right. To love one another. It's actually mentioned like 14 times in the Christian scriptures. In John, and here's just a few of them. Okay. John 13:34. A new command I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. John 15:12. My commandment is this, love one another as I have loved you. John 15:17. This is my command, love each other. Romans 12:10. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Thessalonians 1:3-12. May the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else, just as ours does for you. 1 Peter. Now that you have purified yourselves by obeying the truth, so that you have sincere love for each other, love one another deeply from the heart. And John 11:12. Dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. No other has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. Right? And we do that through community. We do that from coming together in our vulnerability, in our authentic self, to see one another, to support one another. And you guys do that so well here, in all the different offerings that you have that work as touchstones in a world that doesn't always see the divine in everyone, right? We come together and then we get fed, and then we go out into the world and we cause a ripple effect because we carry that light with us. You know, we study the books and all of that, and then we go in the community and we practice that. Linda does that, and all the work that she does in her ministry, right? So we all have that ability in coming together in community. We are really in this all together. The highs, the lows, in-betweens, all of it together. You know, years ago, back in the day, and it's sweeter in community. Like, I loved hearing Carmen referred to as Reverend Carmen, you know, as Capaldi. I thought that is awesome, because I remember taking spiritual enrichment educations with classes with Carmen, in all the different ways that we have been on the same path together through becoming a licensed teacher. And there's something that's sweeter when it's done in community. That you know, somehow your highs when you are so much expanded upon when you've been witnessed through the lows as well. Am I right? So years ago, when we were taking the spiritual enrichment education classes, and my friend Tom and I would commute up here and we'd take classes with so many of you, Reverend BJ, at the time, we had these little cards. They were actually laminated. And I know I have mine someplace in one of my storage containers. But the whole idea of this, and I'm going to read it out loud, and I just ask everyone to take it into their hearts. The whole idea was to read this whenever you felt like you were going to murmur or have an opinion, that you would grab somebody else, and instead of voicing your opinion or your murmur, which happens in spiritual community, it does. But the whole idea was to bring our attention and our focus back to our commitment. And this is the commitment that we all read and had these wonderful cards that we would read, and it was in my commitment. I promise to treat you lovingly, gently, and with respect in my thoughts, words, and actions all the time, whether in your presence or not. In my interaction, I commit to look for and acknowledge the highest and best in you and love our true nature. My respect for you will always be more important than any issue or task or opinion. And I promise to be responsible for my own feelings and thoughts. And I ask for your support to keep love conscious, active, and present as we serve, celebrate, and grow together. Yeah. And I have to tell you, I took it on as a 21-day practice. And it was profound. Because every day we have a choice of what we want to serve, right? We can choose to serve love, or we can choose opinion, right? And as a community, we come together in love to raise each other up, to lean on each other when we're not strong, to just celebrate like that tapestry, that weave, right? That some of us are good at music and singing. Some of us might, maybe not as much, right? Or some of us might be really good at the piano or creating like a feast and bringing that together. We all have something to contribute and we all have something to share. And Brene Brown says that we cultivate love when we allow our most vulnerable and powerful selves to be deeply seen and known, and when we honor the spiritual connection that grows from that offering with trust, respect, kindness, and affection. We are all in this together. Today we celebrate. So we're going to take some time in meditation. I'm kind of hooked on this meditation. And I've done it here before, but I keep coming back to it. It is called a loving kindness meditation. I've taken it on as a spiritual practice. And it really has made a shift for me, and I love having tools that I can count on that can support when we watch the news or we come across something on Facebook or anything like that can support us. So I'm just going to invite everyone to get comfortable in their chairs. I always like to stretch a little bit before, wiggle my toes. Sometimes I rub my legs or my arms, just whatever it takes to ground yourself in this moment. Place your hand on your heart. Just imagine this like most beautiful pink gold bubble just surrounding you. It's filled with that healing power of love. And I invite you to, like, if there's any part of your body that you're holding tension, to just send some extra love to that part of your body. Just surround yourself in this pink bubble of grace and love. You know, Myrtle Fillmore spoke to every cell in her body, asking forgiveness of what she had held in consciousness, and healed herself. So if you've been holding any like self-deprecating thoughts, any unforgiveness towards yourself for any time you've maybe missed the mark this week or this month. Any conversation that you wish you had handled better, any of that. We just surround ourselves with love and self-compassion. Then I invite you to repeat these words silently to yourself. May I be held. May I be held in the heart of loving kindness. May I be free from inner and outer harm. May I be well. May I have ease of well-being. May I come to know great and natural peace. May I awaken and be free. Now just imagine that pink bubble of golden light expanding, filling up this room, moving out into the whole city, encompassing our family and our friends and our co-workers and anyone that we have daily interaction with or regular interaction with. And maybe even someone that maybe got under our skin a little or annoyed us or pulled out in front of us in traffic. And we expand that bubble and we hold them in light and we say, may you be held. May you be held in the heart of a loving kindness. May you be free from inner and outer harm. May you be well. May you have ease of well-being. May you come to know great and natural peace. May you awaken and be free. Breathe that in. And then seeing that bubble expanding even further, covering our country and the world and all the bodies of water and all plants and animals, all people of all nations. Let that love just expand from your heart to the world around you. We say, may all beings be held. May all beings be held in the heart of loving kindness. May all beings be free from inner and outer harm. May all beings be well. May all beings have ease of well-being. May all beings come to know great and natural peace. May all beings be awake and free. And may we all remember that we are all in this together. And so it is. And when you're ready, I invite you to take another deep breath. Wiggle your toes. Open your eyes. Stretch. Put your hand over your heart. Remembering the truth of who you are. And remembering the truth of us all. We're all in this together. And so it is.